If you've ever used one of these tools before or after your runs, maybe to help with recovery or to get rid of pain, then keep watching because we're going to go over the best time to use a foam roller and exercises that you can do with your foam roller to improve your performance as a runner. A foam roller is used to improve your blood flow, improve your range of motion, improve your perception of pain in your nervous system, and improve your performance. It is not used to break up scar tissue or adhesions or improve your fascial mobility. That's all a good thing though, because that means our body is very strong. We don't want just our body weight on a dense piece of foam to break up all these adhesions and scar tissue and improve our fascial mobility. It's a lot stronger than that, which I see as a good thing. Now, if you use a foam roller as a runner, it's really, really important to note when you use your foam roller. Is it before you run? Is it after you run? Is it when you go to bed? Research actually shows that the best time to use a foam roller is right before you perform. So right before your runs, right before your workout or your race. And you have to use your foam roller for at least 90 seconds to 120 seconds, so a minute and a half to 2 minutes, in order for you to see any benefit with that foam roller. So keep that in mind before your next run. I want you to try to use your foam roller with the moves I'm about to give you before you even do a dynamic warm-up. So then you go foam roller, dynamic warm-up, and then run, and that's gonna really make a difference in the range of motion, in your blood flow, and in your performance. So the next time before you go for a run, I want you to combine using the foam roller with your dynamic warm-up. It should not be one or the other. It should be a combination of foam roller and dynamic warm-up to really improve your performance and improve your blood flow to prep your body for movement. You may have noticed there's a bunch of different types of foam rollers out there on the market. You walk through Target or Walmart in the sports equipment section and there's foam rollers that are this big or this big. There's ones that have knobs attached to them, or maybe they even vibrate. There's ones that are a little bit less dense where you can poke your finger through it, or there's ones where they're really, really stiff and hard and they have no give at all if you try to poke anything through it. But research actually shows that the density of your foam roller doesn't matter as much as you think. So even if it hurts so good or feels like it's doing more work just because it's maybe a little bit denser, it actually doesn't matter as much as we think, so you don't have to keep torturing yourself. You can just get a foam roller that feels comfortable for you and that you like in order to see all the benefits of using a foam roller. If you've had knee pain or hip pain or even ITB pain, you may have wondered if you should foam roll your IT band. And the IT band is basically a very thick piece of fascia that runs on the outside from your hip all the way down to your knee. And the goal of the IT band is to stabilize your hip and your knee. So you don't want it to be a loose structure. It's actually extremely thick if you look at it on a cadaver. Very, very, very hard to cut through. And that's why you don't have to foam roll it. It's actually not doing anything when you foam roll it. It might hurt a lot and it might feel tight when you foam roll it, but you would actually have a lot better carryover if you foam rolled the structures that attach into your IT band. So it really takes over thousands and thousands of pounds to even stretch the IT band 1%. So if you're foam rolling it, you don't have to do that anymore. Try these exercises instead, especially if that IT band feels tight. The first exercise with the IT band is actually called thread the needle, and you're using it just as a tool to roll your arm on. So you're gonna get in a quadruped position. I'm gonna place my left arm, so the back of my hand, on the foam roller, and I'm gonna twist to my right as I bring my foam roller out and back in. So you can see I'm getting into some thoracic rotation. Keep breathing and back in. So you can do about 10 on each side. Note any stiffness from each side, but this is a good one just to start with. I feel like a lot of runners forget about thoracic mobility, even though it's really tight. But thoracic mobility and stiffness can really affect your arm swing, which can affect your leg swing as well. The next exercise is foam rolling your calves with a foam roller. Now I have an 18-inch foam roller. I've had this forever. And I know they make really short foam rollers, but I would say as a runner, you're gonna want a foam roller that's about 18 inches long or longer. I'm sure you've seen the longer ones. So all you're gonna do is lay on your stomach and place the foam roller right above your kneecap to start. I'm gonna get on my forearms here, and all I'm gonna do is roll that foam roller all the way up to the top of my kneecap and then back down. So ideally, as I bring it back down, I'm bringing it to the top of my hip. And you can feel any tight spots. So right now we're just rolling out the very front of our quad, or the middle part of our quad. So if you keep in mind that you have to roll it for 90 seconds to 120 seconds, that's a pretty long time. So what you're gonna do here, because we have more than just one quad, there's 4 quad muscles. So what you're gonna do is start to angle your feet out and in so you can address the different quad muscles. So I'm gonna angle them to the side so I can get the inner quad on one side and outer quad on the other side. And then I'm gonna angle them to the other side as well. You can play around with this, and if you find a tight spot, you can even bend your knee and just start to mobilize that quad. And then get back to rolling it. Again, you can always roll one at a time too, especially if you want to get the far lateral quad or the inner part of your quad. The next exercise is foam rolling your calves. So same idea, you're just gonna be on your other side. So you're gonna go ahead and put your feet and your calves on that foam roller. So now we're gonna roll from our Achilles up to the back of our knee, and you can put both on them at the same time. So keep your feet straight up and down, have them facing the ceiling. Knees should stay pretty straight. And again, you can start to angle your toes in. You'll feel the medial aspect of your gastroc, and then your toes out. You might notice one feels tighter than the other, so you can always stop and flex and extend your ankle. And that's foam rolling your calves. To foam roll the anterior part of your calves, say you have shin splints, I recommend doing this exercise. So you're gonna lay on your stomach, and all I'm gonna do is bring my knee up so my knee is bent, and I'm gonna foam roll the front part of my shin. Now again, I can put both shins on at the same time, angling my feet out and in. If you have shin splints, you might notice that this feels tight. And if you don't, you might feel like it's okay. The last muscle group I recommend you foam roll is your glutes. So I like to do this one at a time. So you're going to lay almost at an angle. I like to start with knees straight up and down and drop them to the side about 45 degrees. And then you can start to roll out your glute. So you really want to get the sides of your glute, not just the big beefy part in the back. If you think about how the glute connects to the very lateral side of your hip, you want to make sure you get right in that area. Try using your foam roller before your next run and pair it with this dynamic warm-up so you can really improve your performance and really prep your body for movement. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you next time.